Vande Shri Krishnam Tadanantaram Guru Papatmanam Trata Shri Krishnastvamalatmanam Yogindraya namastasmai Shukaya Brahmarupine Sansara Sarpadrashtam Yo Vishnoratamamumuchat Munim Surya Prabhan Dharman Pathayanta Suvarchasam Nana Purana Kartaram Veda Vyasam Mahaprabham Kararavinde Napadaravindam Mukharavinde Viniveshayantam Vatasya Patrasya Pute Shayanam Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam Yo Vai Vedanscha Prahinoti Tasmai Tagvam Ha Devamatma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshurvai Sharanamaham Prapadde. Divine souls, welcome to Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran. Let us begin by chanting the names of gods. Let us offer our respects to the Guru.
Guru Mahima
तन मन भगवान गुरु चरण धूलि सिरधा गुरु महिमा गुरु चरण कमल बलिहार गुरु कर तन मन धनवान गुरु चरण धूलि सिरधा गुरु महिमा अपरंपार तन सो कर प्यार हरि निर्मल जन खोया गुरु कति तन सो कर प्यार हरि निर्मल जन खोया सुजन विचार गुरु महिमा अंतर सुजन विचार गुरु महिमा अपरंपार गुरु चरण कमल बलिहार गुरु कर तन मन धनवान गुरु चरण धूलि सिरधा गुरु महिमा गुरु चरण कमल बलिहार गुरु कर तन मन धनवान गुरु चरण धूलि सिरधा गुरु महिमा अपरंपार Let us all stand along.
Let us now forget the whole world and focus our thoughts on today's Bhagavat Katha Prasang. Yesterday we stood in Mathura while Maharaj Kans gave instructions to Akrur to inform him that a Dhanur Yagya is going to take place and Krishna and Balaram are to come on the instructions of Kans, and Nand Baba and the entire community is also invited. Akrur started off on a special golden chariot. He was thinking in his mind, Kans has done me a favor. Because of this instruction I have received, today I will see God. Krishna has no danger from Kans, he will come and kill him. So as the chariot moved from Mathura to Vrindavan, moment he reached the border, he thought, I am now in that place where God has done his pastimes. In one place he saw little footprints. He thought maybe these are the footprints of Bhagavan himself. Sri Krishna has walked in this place. He got off the chariot and he did Dandavat Pranam to the Braj Raj. Braj Raj is very famous. You see, the Mahaprasad of Jagannath Puri Dham, the Ganga of Banaras, and the Braj Raj of Vrindavan. So, Braj Raj means Brahma Raj, where Brahma himself walked. So, Akrur reached the palace of Nand and Yashoda, and he conveyed the message to Nand Baba. Yashoda was hearing. And moment Yashoda came to know that Krishna is to go the next day to Mathura, her motherly heart informed her that there is something wrong. It is likely he may not come back. But at the same time, she tells herself, there is nothing to worry. I should give my child the chance to go and see the big city. So she's thinking in both ways. Slowly the news started spreading all over Braj that Krishna and Balaram are going to depart tomorrow. That night, in Braj, nobody lit a fire in the kitchen. They were all drowned in an ocean of sorrow. Krishna, the life of our life, our Prahan Vallabh, is going to leave all of a sudden. How will we live without him? Krishna reassured his mother, don't you worry. I will come back in 4 days. You may say, why does God tell lies? You see, for God there is only one truth, the absolute truth. Whatever helps the devotee, he says that. So he reassured his Maya, I am going to come in 4 days. Next morning, Yashoda did the Shringar of Krishna and Rohini did the Shringar of Balaram. Two of them, when they opened the door, there were hundreds of gopis around. All of them were crying. All of them were convincing Krishna, don't go from here. And Krishna was reassuring all of them, don't you worry, I am going to come back. Slowly, slowly explaining his way, he kept moving towards the chariot. In the meantime, there were other chariots prepared, Nand Baba and the gops with the dahi, the doodh, the milk, the yogurt, they departed. And Krishna and Balaram's chariot was the last. So Krishna got on to the chariot and he found Radharani sitting under a tree. Radharani was feeling such immense pain of separation that she could not bring herself to stand before Krishna. So Sri Krishna got off and he went himself to where Radha was sitting. He took off his black blanket that he used to wear, Kari Kamari, and his murli, his flute. And he handed them to Radha. Hey Radhe, these are the symbols of my love which I used in my loving Braj pastimes. In the pastimes that will take place after this, these have got no significance. I am giving them to you. Doing that, he was about to climb up on the chariot. When Yashoda came running, she said, stop, stop. She said, I have just got the news. Somebody has explained to me that you are not my child. I have come to beg forgiveness. When I found that you are eating mud, I tied you to the mortar wheel. Please, if it is possible, forgive me for the hurt that I caused thinking that you are my child. Hearing that from Yashoda, Sri Krishna started crying. He said, Mother, I can forget many things, but I can never forget your love. I will always remain indebted to you for all the love you bestowed. Think about it. He was Purna Brahma, and yet he drank the milk of Yashoda. Yashoda had Vatsalya Bhav, motherly affection towards God. Devaki also had Vatsalya Bhav. But the ras that Yashoda got, Devaki did not get. Any reasons for that? Devaki's bhakti was of Vatsalya Bhav, but it was Aishwarya Mishrit. There was Aishwarya. He is God, but I am thinking of him as my child. And Yashoda's bhakti was pure Vatsalya. Forget about God, he is my child. Krishna reciprocated accordingly. Jaiso jeev kare pyar, तैसो करे प्यार यार, मन तेरो सांचो यार, ब्रजराज कुमार. Finally, Krishna got on to the chariot. It was still taking time. The gopis would come and lie down in front. But later on, the gopis realized he is going to go. The more we delay, the higher the sun will rise and Krishna will feel hot. So their whole contemplation is tat sukha sukhitvam. The characteristic of gopi prem is swa sukha vasana gandha lesha shunya. Shri Krishna sukhaika tatparyamai bhakti, where the vasana for swa sukh, even the gandh, the lesh, does not exist. So the gopis thought, we don't want to give him pain in the heat. Let the chariot proceed. Finally, by afternoon, the Nanda Baba and the others had reached, and Krishna and Balaram were also moving ahead. Now these gopis had started accusing Akrur that your name is Akrur. Krur means cruel. Akrur means not cruel. So your name is Akrur. But what a cruel thing you are doing. You are taking Krishna away from us. So Akrur had started feeling in his heart great guilt that I am responsible for separating Krishna from the Brajavasis. So when the chariot moved ahead, they came close to the Yamuna in a place which is today called Akrur Ghat. Shri Krishna said, Akrur Chacha, can you please go and get some water? So Akrur went, and simultaneously he took a dubki, a dip in the Yamuna. When he went down, he saw that on Ananta Shesh, Krishna and Balaram are sitting. He said, what, they were up there? He popped out and saw they are on the chariot. Then he went down again. He saw Krishna and Balaram inside on Ananta Shesh. So Akrur had his moment of reassurance. He realized that Krishna is no other than God. He is going by his own wish. I am only an instrument in his pastimes. I do not need to feel guilt. So he got back on the chariot, he took them forward, and Krishna and Balaram also reached Mathura. They camped just outside the city. They were village people. So Sri Krishna said to Nanda Baba, can we go and take a look at the city? Nanda Baba said, all right, but don't do any udham, don't do any mischief. The Krishna was 11 years and 53 days old. He stayed for 11 years and 52 days in Braj. He got his cowherd friends and they went off. Now they were in the big city for the first time after all their village life. So Krishna thought that our attire is not appropriate. There was a dhobi, a washerman. He was the washerman of Kansa's palace. He had a whole pile of clothes. So Krishna said, we want the clothes. The dhobi said, how can I give them to you? They are from Maharaj Kansa's palace. Krishna said, I have an account to settle with you. You are the same dhobi who in Ram Avatar laid an accusation on Sita, and that time, just for the sake of public opinion, I kept your word. So Sri Krishna gave him one slap and killed the dhobi there. And then all the children, they dressed themselves in regal attire. Now they were looking appropriate. And they started moving around. So the Mathura Vasis, some of the traders, they saw he has killed the dhobi in one blow. He is powerful. It is possible he is going to overthrow the government. It is tactically advantageous to make a friendship with him. They started inviting Krishna to their house. Come, do here, come there. And the women in Mathura, they were looking. This boy is even more attractive than Kamdev. Now, in the Rangashala, in the stadium, the Dhanush, the bow had been placed. The Krishna was moving in that direction when he saw a hunched back lady going in front. The hunchback lady, her name was Sairanja. She was also called Trivakra, and she was also called Kubja. So she was slightly oldish and hunched like this, but she used to grind the sandalwood. Her chandan was highly appreciated by Kans. Daily she used to go and apply the sandalwood on Kans. So Sri Krishna saw her and said, "Hey, Sundari!" Kubja looked in front. Sundari, beautiful lady. Whom is he talking to? Is there somebody else? Sri Krishna said, "I am speaking to you." Kubja thought, nobody has ever called me Sundari till today. What is he seeing in me? But Krishna is not concerned with the body. He looks at the mind. The Bible says man looks upon the outside while God looks within. Sri Krishna saw the sanskars of that lady, and he realized that this was none other than Surpanakha. Surpanakha in the last avatar, as when Krishna had come as Ram, Surpanakha had gotten enchanted. So she had a mixture of worldly desire and divine bhakti. Because Ravan had said, "Go and see, select whomever you like, I will get you married to him." Ravan knew that his sister had a very rowdy nature. So to tame her down, he said, "You go and select." Surpanakha went around the whole world and did not like anybody. And then she saw Ram. And she said, "Manmana kachu tumahi nihari." You are all right, will do. Nothing special, but will do. So it shows that she had some spiritual power. If she did not, then in accordance with Jaki Rahi Bhavana Jaisi Prabhu Murati Dekhi Tan Taisi, she would not have found Ram attractive. But she did. And she said, "I wish to marry you." Now Ram said, "In this avatar I have come as Maryada Purushottam. There is not going to be any ghapad shapad." And the Leela had to move ahead, so he asked Lakshman to chop off her nose and ears. But the same Surpanakha, she came again as Kubja, and Sri Krishna made amends. So he said, "Apply the chandan on my forehead." The Kubja had no hesitation at all. She got enchanted the moment she saw Krishna. So she applied, and Krishna wanted to bestow grace on her. He placed his foot on her toes and his two fingers under her chin, and he jerked her and made her straight and as beautiful as Mahalakshmi herself. So, Jagat Guru Sri Kripaluji Maharaj says, "Jako kahi nirlep as, puni puni veda pukara." The Vedas say God is nirlipt, anasat, without any attachments. Jakar dekhahu madhupuri, soi kubja ko yar. Go and look in Mathura. That same nirlipt Bhagavan has become the beloved of a hunchback called Kubja. The pastimes of God are not to be understood with the material intellect. So Kubja invited Sri Krishna to her home. Sri Krishna said, "I will come later, I have yet work to do." From there he proceeded to where the dhanush was lying. Now, without any hesitation, he went there and he snapped the dhanush. The sound of the dhanush breaking was so loud that it is said that Surya Narayan, he was on his chariot when the sound came, and the horses got scared. They left the chariot and ran helter-skelter. Now, Kans had been informed in advance that, look, nobody can kill you except the person who breaks this bow. Shankarji had told him. And the person who breaks this bow will never leave you. So Kans heard that sound and he became terrified. Now already he was fearful of Krishna. His contemplation of Krishna reached a state of samadhi. Asina samvishantishthan bhunjana paryatan mahim chintayano rishikesha mapashyat tanmayan jagat. He became tanmay. Like the gopis had become tanmay in anukul bhav, in positive devotion. Wherever they look, they see Krishna. Vatan mein, ghatan mein, vithin mein, bagan mein, belin mein, vatika mein, phulan mein, van mein. So Kans reached the same state. The servants bring water. Arey, Krishna is here. It is little dark colored. He throws it away. They bring food. Oh, Krishna is under the roti. He throws that away. He's seeing Krishna in his clothes. He's tearing them. He's scratching his body. For him also, Tanmayan Jagat. He started seeing Krishna everywhere. So that night, Kans, when he finally went to sleep, he had the most inauspicious dreams. Sometimes he finds that he is riding a donkey with ashes on his face, etc. Sometimes he finds dogs are barking at him. All the omens came that his death is now imminent. Here, Sri Krishna, Balaram, etc., they returned, they spent the night. The next day, the festival was to take place. So as they say, Marta kya na karta, Kans had his line of defense. In the beginning was a wild elephant called Kuvalyapid. And after that, in the stadium, Kans had got his two wrestlers, Chanur and Mushtik. So Mathuravasis had come. The band was playing. Celebrations had started. When Krishna and Balaram, they approached with the Sakhas. The first Krishna encountered the elephant. With great ease, as I have said, that Sri Ram hid the fact that he is God. And Krishna never hid that fact. So he just took the tusk of the elephant, broke it, held him from his trunk, turned him around and smashed him to the ground. Now they moved ahead. Kans instructed the two wrestlers. This boy who is coming, you press him with your hands and make chutney out of him. The wrestlers, they said, it will be no problem at all. So when Krishna Balaram arrived in the beginning, wrestlers, they shake hands. Because before they break noses, they shake hands. So while shaking hands, Sri Krishna extended his hand to Chanur. And Balaram extended it to Mushtik. Now, Chanur thought, this little guy, he doesn't seem to have any bones in his body. What is the problem? I can bend iron rods. But all that Sri Krishna did was, he bent the little finger of his right hand. Now Chanur applies all the force he has. But he is unable to straighten that. He says, this boy is as hard as a thunderbolt. At that time, Shukadev ji describes how Sri Krishna is looking to different people. In the Ramayana, Tulsidas Ji Maharaj, when Sri Ram, he entered the Sabha of King Janak. So he goes to great lengths to explain how different people saw him. Vidushan Prabhu Viratmaya Disa Bahumukh Kar Pagalosan Sisa. So here Shukadev ji says, Mallanam Ashanirninam Naravara Strinam Smaro Murtiman Gopanam Swajano Satang Shiti Bhujang Shasta Swapitro Shishu Mrityur Bhojapate Virat Vidusham Tattvam Param Yoginam Vrishninam Paradevateti Vidito Rangangatas Sagrajah. Everybody saw God differently. This is the Yogamaya of God. His body is made by Yogamaya. And the power of that Yogamaya is that based on the purity of your own heart, you see God. So, the associate kings, Mallana Mashanir, the wrestlers, they thought he's as hard as a thunderbolt. He's a great wrestler. Strinam Smaro Murtiman. The women out there who had devotion, they said, wow, I've never seen such an attractive child in my life. And the associate kings of Kans, they were getting scared like a junior officer is scared of a senior officer. And to Kans, it seems like his death personified is dancing. Those who were worshippers of the formless, they asked, where is that boy who was supposed to come here and break the bow? People said, he's in front of you, can't you see him? Are you blind? They said, we are not blind, we are yogis. Sitting here, we will see what is happening on the moon. But they are not seeing him. And Sri Krishna's little friends, they said, what will he do? He'll get his nose cut and our nose cut. Everybody is seeing God in accordance with their spiritual power. So, Sri Krishna did not take any effort. He killed Chanur and Balaram killed Mushtik. Sri Krishna said, thou, Ji, my dear elder brother, should we go and meet Mamaji? And Balaram said, chalo. They walked to the edge, the stand on which Kans was sitting. So Krishna is climbing. Kans said, hey, stop him, Chanur Mushtik. Sri Krishna said, where they have gone, you are going to go in a little while. So Sri Krishna jumped up. He caught Kans by the hair and threw him down on the ground. He said, remember, Mamaji, you did this to my mother 20 years ago. You pulled her down from the chariot. Now remember, now understand how painful it is. And then he took Kansa's sword and killed him right there. So the band started rejoicing. All the Matharavasis were delighted. Boliye Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki. From there, Shri Krishna went straight to the prison house. And first of all, the first work he did was to release his mother and father from the prison.
That was so nice. The sweet pastimes like a baby Krishna doing all the mischiefs, and now he's here in Mathura and finally releases his mother and father from the prison house. So nice. So we are running a little late, but we will still have our interactive discussion today. I see there are like very nice interactive discussion and quiz planned out today. Let's welcome both Nitinji and Ajayji to the program. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe everyone.
Radhe everyone.
Welcome to our interactive segment for today. What a divine and magical discourse. I was again transported to all the leelas. I think it just takes a few moments to come back from that experience. As we get into our interactive segment, Nitin, I thought it will be good to always remember from yesterday and today's discourse. Could you talk about some of the gems of wisdom that really stood out for you, Nitin?
Yeah, so I'm still absorbing, the stories and the leelas that Swamiji recited today. Most importantly was the parallels. I can see between Krishna Avatar and Ram Avatar. You know, Krishna Avatar more specifically was a Leela Avatar, right? So he never hesitated to show his Aishwarya Shakti, right from his birth when he showed his four-armed form, all the way up to killing Kaliya Nag or killing demons or lifting Govardhan Hill. And even then, he was able to hide that fact. It's a little paradoxical. As a kid, when I used to watch it, I used to wonder, how can God hide his godliness when somebody has seen him performing those leelas? Yashoda Maiya, she saw the entire Brahmand in his mouth. He killed Kali in front of everybody. He lifted the Govardhan hill. What is this yoga maya through which he's able to hide this entire thing? And for that matter, Swamiji, like towards the end of the lecture, he said because of his yoga maya power, different people were able to perceive him differently. Same happened in Ram Avatar. Somebody could see him as hard as a thunderbolt. On the other hand, he was looking attractive as a boy, and for Gyanis, he was as good as a light. So how can people perceive him differently? And what is this yoga maya power? I would like to hear your thoughts on that. A little bit more about that. Again.
Well, I got when you were talking about the supreme power, the Yogmaya Shakti, my mind instantly went to, Sri Maharaj Ji has his Bhakti Shatak in which he has also mentioned a particular verse that says, Antarang hai para jo sarv samarth kahaye, ati vichitra gati para ki maya pati hu nachaye. It's so beautiful if you think about it. The Yogmaya Shakti is so amazing. It can do the impossible possible, and so much so that it can make God Himself run around her. So that's the beauty of it.
That was a beautiful verse you pulled out. So thank you for sharing that. I'm sure a lot of people would have loved it.
With that, should we get into our quiz segment then?
Let's get into our quiz rush segment. So let's get started.
All right, let's get into our quiz. Which canto? Again, the way to answer, I'm sure all of you have been very used to it. So just type in your responses in the YouTube comments below us, below this window. So which canto is the heart of Bhagavatam? This is something Swamiji mentioned yesterday. So if you can recall, the options are 4th, 6th, 8th, or 10th canto. Let's give a few seconds. Okay, I see Sri Kalaji saying 10th canto. Let's wait for another couple of responses. Dale says 10th. Perfect. That's actually the right answer. Very nice. Hitesh ji also goes with 10. Reenu Kapoor ji says 10. Many of you have been following along. 10th canto is so amazing and so blissful. That's what we've been hearing yesterday and day before and today as well, which is where many of the divine pastimes from baby Krishna's and to all the Braj Leelas are. So that's what it is. Thank you for your answers. Let's go with second. Nitin, you want to read that?
So Ras Panchadhyay was compared to dash of Bhagavatam. So you have to fill in the blanks here. So a lot of this stuff goes hand in hand. I'm sure people will be more than happy to answer this one as well. So let's hear from them. Let me add to that. Gopi Geet is known as Mukutamani, right?
Right.
And Raj Panchabhyai is called. I have eliminated one option to just to make it easy. Okay.
Okay. We got heart. I guess I'm gonna put up some options there called the mind, heart, soul, pran, air, life air, right?
Yep. I think we purposely kept it as an open-ended just to invite responses because if they put in the response, it would have been very obvious. Any other responses? Shirumani Har. Okay, this might be the debut question where nobody is able to answer it correctly. So far, I haven't seen a correct answer. Okay, you're getting close. Okay, let's disclose the correct answer. It's called I think 5 years.
Yep. The Panch
5 years.
Pran.
Panch Pran basically, like Panch Pran of Bhagavatam it is called. So all right, I'm glad we were able to put a trick question for a change. Let's move on to the next one. It's called a Panch Pran. Yeah.
Okay, question 3. What caused gopis to think of cursing Brahmaji in the Gopi Geet? Whether it was the two
This
eyes, the two hands, one mind, or one intellect. Could be a trick question, may not be a trick question. If you're really paying close attention to the discourse, you'll remember this one.
cursing Brahmaji, I think it is a very beautiful curse. When I heard it for the first time, the complaint itself was pretty amazing. Um, just goes on
Yeah,
to the extent of how much attracted and besotted they were by Krishna. All right, we saw two eyes.
most people are going with two eyes. So
Yes.
let's do a quick explanation. I think so. I think the way I thought about is that gopis were thinking of cursing Brahmaji, the creator, saying that why did he give us two eyes to look at such a beautiful manifestation of Lord Krishna? And they were right, in fact, there are insects in this creation. I was actually, after Swamiji's discourse, I was actually searching. So, for example, there's a dragonfly who had 1,000 lenses in their eyes called compound eyes. So there are in this creation, there are insects and, creatures that have so many eyes. Why did God restrict it to two? So, that's the sentiment from gopis. So amazing. And they
And
even
then,
talked about, I think, Palak, right?
yeah, they added to that, and on top of it, you gave us eyelids, which we are forced to blink. So they don't want even that level of interruption in their sight of, and then they want to behold Krishna, which is pretty amazing. Think about the sentiment. How. All right, I
Right.
think the next one question is Maharaj lasted for one full. The options are human night, human half night, Indra's night, Brahma's night. Let's see how many people get it right.
The duration of Maharas. This could be a trick
So
one.
Tom so nicely explained from Truti all the way up to Kal. It is kind of a very interesting calculation, how it goes from Truti and Chatur Yug, all the four yugas, Dwapar, Treta, Kali Yuga, and Brahma night. Yeah, okay. Let's see, here maybe have
I'm
one more.
surprised. Wow.
All right, I think we can. Yes, the answer is right. One Brahma's night is equal to one Brahma's day, Kalp, and Kalp is basically equal to Chaturyug. 71 Chaturyug make one Manvantar, and 14 Manvantar make one day of Brahma, and equal is Brahma's night. That is how long Maharaj ended. So it's pretty amazing thing. So yes, everybody got it right. We have one more question. You can squeeze in.
Think so.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna read it. Krishna gave a lecture to gopis on what topic? Was it dharma, karma yoga, divine love, or karma kand?
Yeah, that was an interesting discussion between gopis and Krishna.
Right. This is when actually Gopi when Krishna played his flute, and the gopis came running to him in the middle of the night. I think just before the Maharaj, I believe, and
Yeah,
that's when that discussion ensued.
yeah. But there was a similar discussion between, not a similar, but somewhere on similar lines between Uddhav and gopis as well. That was pretty amazing as well. Hitesh said dharma,
Hmm.
dharma and option one. Karam yoga. Somebody said karam yoga as well.
Okay.
Uh,
Ji says dharma. Okay. Option one. Hina Patel ji also says dharma. Hitesh again says dharma. So most people got it right. It is dharma, not karma yoga, not divine love, not karma kand. There we go. With that, I guess that was a beautiful quiz. I enjoyed it as much as the audience. I'm sure, Nitin. Any comments from you before we close?
no, I think I always look forward to these interactive sessions, and I hope the feeling is mutual from the audience side as well. So look forward to meeting you tomorrow.
Upside, no, absolutely. Looking forward to another divine discourse tomorrow. Radhe Radhe signing off from my side and Nitin's side as well.
That's what I think.
Radhe Radhe, yes, it was really nice. Thank you, Nitinji and Ajayji. We had a great time. Very nice questions. I love these interactive discussions because it gives an normally, they pick questions from yesterday's video, so it kind of gives a kind of, lets us think back also. And Bhagavat Mahapuran is so nectarine. How many ever times we listen to it, it's so devotional. So with that, we would end today's session. We will get back tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Sorry, just today we are slightly over. We will try to, keep that time. Tomorrow will end at 8 o'clock. Um, and like Panditji said, do take part in the Shiv Abhishek tomorrow, and you can always sign up on the portal. If you have any other information, there's a phone number. Any other questions, there's also a phone number on the portal for you to call. Thank you, and Radhe Radhe.